expert of counterintelligence. He retired from the KGB in 1988 when he fell out of favor with the Kremlin and defected to the US. Shortly after, the Soviet Union collapsed. Now, it is unclear when Janus stepped down as the constant, but since 2004, he has been a resident of a quiet community in suburban Vermont. Mr. Gray.
Right. So here's the catch. As an elite KGB agent, Janus was trained to withstand interrogation and torture. No amount of pressure will force him to disclose information he doesn't want to. Instead, we will need to search his home for clues. But if Providence learns of our presence, the game is up.
So we frame Janus, make Providence think he was the real shadow client.
Correct. I will file a false ICA report, claiming to have traced a number of calls from Janus's house to the Institute in Romania. The case will seem clear. Mr. Gray was only a figurehead. Janus was pulling the strings all along. And by eliminating him, we will have neutralized the militia, once and for all.
However, for this subterfuge to work, you'll also need to deal with Janus's security detail. A Providence herald and former Secret Service agent by the name of Nolan Cassidy. Intel describes him as diligent and inquisitive, and we cannot risk that he contradicts our story to his employer.
Seems workable.
I certainly hope so. Everything depends on this next move, 47. You made this our fight. Now let's even the playing field. Whittleton Creek, Vermont. On the surface, a picture-perfect suburban dream. Wide roads, golden maple trees, and verdant lawns. Most residents here are white-collar professionals, ranging from university staff to government employees.
Most, but not all. Janus's unpresuming home is protected by a host of bodyguards, and intel shows that the fragile former constant rarely leaves the property.
Nolan Cassidy, on the other hand, roams the neighborhood streets. A recent arrival, the dutiful Providence Herald is busy making threat assessments and settling in with his security team.
Now remember, this is about more than just revenge. Janus is the key to bring down Providence. So get in there and find us a lead.
Good luck, 47. I've marked your map with several points of interest. We're running this mission with very little upfront intel, but these locations could provide clues to help you obtain the information we need. Good luck.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, geez, darling, I'm so hungry. Have you seen those beautiful patties back there? And Mr. Wilson just keeps standing behind the grill, even though there's clearly no more gas on it.
I know, it's weird. Why doesn't he go grab a new canister? I'm telling you, you folks are strange. He's been looking at the problem of the breeze, responsibility, so beautiful. I mean, really, the wonderful things you have here. I wish my husband would let me have that much art inside the house, but he gets, well, appreciated the same way I do.
Well, Richard and I have similar interests, so it's really not that hard to get him to go along with my ideas. Although, I have to say, it's been challenging to find a good place for my old microfilm viewer. Right now, it's just collecting dust in the attic.
Hello? Microfilm? That's an interesting thing to collect.
Well, it's sort of a hobby that never really took off. Besides, I don't have any microfilm to play on the viewer anyway. I'm not sure I could find any either.
Well, Janus next door collects all kinds of ancient memorabilia. He might have a roll or
What's your
tape
mission?
or like whatever it is that sort of thing uses. I'm sure he'd be delighted to lend you something.
That's very good.
Back in the day, Janus was known for his obsessive need to archive memorabilia. If he has any microfilm in his house, it might contain something interesting.
You there, big huh?
I've got like 300 followers.
Have you seen that Janice's oddball nurse is at it again?
Oh yeah, the bird guy.
I think he comes early, just to chat with the birds. Spends more time with them than he does with Janice.
A couple of weeks ago, I walked past him and I...
So Janus has an appointment with a male nurse every Saturday. He's down feeding the birds by the creek at the moment. Sounds like a good way inside Janus's house.
I have to tell you, he gets into some pretty personal stuff with the birds. He shared his opinion on Janice. Let's just say it's not exactly overwhelmingly positive.
Well, cranky old men don't tend to be very likable.
Back off a little bit, buddy. You're starting to freak me out. Honey, it's me. You called? Yes, I know they're coming for dinner. I have to finish my rounds first. I thought this was supposed to be a...
Do you need some help?
You know what, friend? I could indeed use some help. It's very kind of you to ask. People in this neighborhood are just so friendly. That's what I really love about this place.
No problem. What do you need?
Well, I'm running awfully late today. Chatty people in this neighborhood, you know? Anyway, I've got this package for James Batty in number 432. Would you be able to deliver it to him? I wouldn't normally just hand over a package like that, but you look very trustworthy.
I could do that. House number 432?
Yes, big house at the bend in the road. It's undergoing fumigation at the moment, so you can't miss it. Just leave it in the mailbox and ring his doorbell, and he'll come get it. He lives in his shed in the backyard, so it might take a few moments for him to show up.
Consider it done.
Thank you again. This place is just amazing. Helen gives away muffins, and you're helping deliver packages.
What a day. Huh?
You found another packet?
Uh-huh.
Sir, you are That's good, sir. Keep walking. There's nothing here for you.
Listen, I swear I have a license for it. I just don't bring it with me. You can't just confiscate my property. I need it to get rid of an aggressively invasive mole in this poor old man's backyard.
Calm down, demolition man. Stop. Unless it's a flesh disease.
Yeah, he's been instructed to
Keep the man alive.
Oh, hello there. I'm Charles.
Looking good, man.
Looking good.
Her teacher said she performed it more beautifully than any.
Badass look there, mister.
A neighborhood barbecue.
No way.
Our basic chemicals are deadly. You know I want to use chemical weapons on innocent defenseless animals. Well, you do things your way, I do things my way. Good. Doctor, it's fine. Hey, honey, it's me. It's going okay. I just really miss you and princess. Oh, of course. It's just so always the same. People think I'm crazy just because I care about the life of people. I'm going to another line of work, somebody else. He's going to have to make a real difference.
Looking sharp, sir.
Janus is apparently engaged in a civil lawsuit with another resident of Whittleton Creek. James Batty, the plaintiff, wants Janus to stop his annual landing of a helicopter near the local creek. The lawsuit also mentions Nolan Cassidy and his unlawful surveillance around town. So Janus takes a helicopter trip once per year. I think we're onto something here, 47. 47? I think it would be beneficial to locate the unlawful surveillance mentioned in the lawsuit. Perhaps Nolan Cassidy's house would be a good place to start. A recording of some sort. The note mentions another house. Perhaps Cassidy is using one of the vacant buildings as a base of operations, 47.
Came to visit.
Well, I've got another letter that needs to be looked at before we allow it through.
Have a fly. Read more about Charles Blake's
So Cassidy withholds Janus's outgoing mail. He might have written something considered confidential in the past. Might be worth a shot.
Good afternoon, sir.
I have to tell you, these are the best muffins I ever had. I was working with a client for a house show. I can't stop eating. Maybe you know me. Mr. Noob. Say that I do.
Drop off the surveillance tapes on Janus at the house. Cassidy was asking for murder.
Yeah, added them to the file.
What a stupid system. Record the surveillance in the attic. Bring the tapes over to HQ and review them there.
The recorder is perfectly capable of playing the tapes as well.
Why not just keep them here?
What, and risk the owner of his house?
Cassidy is certainly keeping a close watch on Janus. I'm willing to bet those surveillance tapes hold interesting information.
That is Nolan Cassidy. Former Secret Service agent and current Providence Herald, Cassidy is assigned to protect Janus.
Hey, nice suit.
Yes, I understand. You tried to reach me earlier. Ah, there you are, my boy. Yes, well, it's about the chairman seat. I understand Frederick was overlooked despite my recommendations. I would appreciate an explanation of the reasoning behind the decision. Well, it's a long and rather complicated discussion to undertake over the phone. Your request was put in front of the partners and considered, but in the end, it was decided to assign the role to the Washington twins. The partners saw their ideas as a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air. They are fortune seekers, robbers of the past, focusing on glory and wealth and outlandish futuristic dealings rather than conservation. They are not representative of what the society was built for. I understand your concern. Rest assured, I will be watching them closely. Very well. It seems we have a lot to discuss when we meet soon. Agreed? Until then.
Excellent. This confirms that Janus and the Constant will meet up soon. I don't think we'll be able to identify the partners today, but this is very useful. The tape doesn't specify where that meeting will take place, however. We need that final bit, 47. So, we know that Janus is expecting to leave Whittleton Creek via helicopter and that he's going to meet the Constant at some event. I think it's time to look inside Janus's house for more clues.
7. Everything looks good.
Hey, freeze now! I lost him! Can anyone see him?
Play around a little with some fertilizer, propane, and gasoline. Yeah, right there.
Actually, Gunther made me do that last night.
Shut up, you're kidding. I'm glad we speak the same language.
Janus, Cold War spy master and the first Providence constant. I wonder how much he remembers, how little he cares.
I just found a weapon. I think you should find out what's going on.
Remain calm. Let us take it from here.
Okay.
Right there! Take me! I need you to keep calm.
End to Janus.
I'd like to let you know that Granny's is a locally owned and operated store. it doesn't show up, I want you to head it to the house.
And that is Nolan Cassidy taken care of. Both targets are confirmed killed.
All that remains now is to find the information we came for, and then get out of here.
Okay.
No!
Oh, hello there. I'm Charles Blake, chairman of the homeowners.
C2, I have arrived at the location and it looks clear. Over.
Oh, hello there. I'm Charles. Here's the fire.
Don't make this any worse. Come on out.
That's the last piece of the puzzle found, 47. While we didn't end up with the names or locations of the Providence partners as we had hoped, this at least gives us a clear bead on the Constant. We can expect to find him at the annual gathering of the Ark Society in November. It should be enough. A letter from Janus to someone called Zoe. It looks like a draft and is full of explicit descriptions of how unhappy Janus is with Zoe and her sister having been appointed chairwomen of the Ark Society. I've heard that name before. This is a good find, 47. Good work, 47. We now know Janus is meeting with the Constant at an event related to the Ark Society, and we have an approximate date as well. I think that's all we're going to get.
We're close to the finish line. It's time to end